for the mid-afternoon naps, for the midnight marathons, for bringing the family together, for a chance to escape from the world. Danks Furniture, the comfort of home.
A very good afternoon and welcome to Hale Hockey Club for round 13 of the Hockey WA Women's Premier League, where first placed Hale take on UWA, the only team to have beaten Hale so far this season. That was all the way back in April. It was a 3-2 victory, and so that was just round 2 of the competition. Hale now sitting top of the ladder, UWA in third, and they'll look to try and get a similar result as we turn our attention to the players to look out for today. Well, plenty of players missing for both sides with the Under-21 Championships, and also, of course, players have been away with the Women's World Cup. So Hale's defence is going to be the key today. Jess Durst in goal will be no doubt hoping to keep a 6th clean sheet if she can. Defensively, Madonna Blythe is going to be crucial at the back, and also to the Chrobolar sisters as well, looking to do their part, along with young Arishka Johnston. Turning our attention to UWA, and they'll be looking to get some goals. And again, they're without Courtney Chanel, who's been their leading goal scorer this season, but goals have been coming from Prada Heron and also Jess Butterworth and Shelley Littleow, and they'll be hoping that they can get amongst the goals along with Caitlin Paskoff. But a young Lucy Hills is making her debut today, wearing number 18 for UWA. So a big day for her, just 18 years of age, and her first Premier League game in the colours of UWA. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing all the action with you today. Our umpires are Tracy Fowley, our favourite Kiwi umpire over here in the West, and of course Logan Powell. Just like to acknowledge our sponsors, and that is the Varsity Bar, opening a new store at the old Sizzler site next to the cinemas in Innaloo. So that should be open next month or the beginning of September, so if you get the chance to pop in, please do so. And of course the Bunting Group, from remote mine sites to residential homes. The Bunting Group delivers quality assured, cost-effective building or maintenance services to meet your needs. So if you do have any building or maintenance needs, just remember the name, the Bunting Group. And of course Danks Furniture, the comfort of home. Just having the coin toss down below us. And it is a beautiful day after all the rain we've had in the past week. And hopefully we will see a wonderful game of hockey today. Hale have not lost at home so far this season. UWA have only lost one game on the road this season, so it should make it a really intriguing encounter. And let's not forget, in 2021, it was UWA who defeated Hale in the semi-final 1-0. Brittany De Silva's goal, the difference between the two teams that day. So a little bit of unfinished business for the home team. Start not too far away. UWA players in a huddle over to our right. Their coach Simon Teverios, returning after 4 years in Sydney. Had plenty of success with the side when he was in charge before. Won a premiership as a player back in 2004, and has won several as a coach, both with the men and the women. So UWA first out onto the turf. Hale slowly making their way out now after one final huddle. Almost perfect conditions for a game today. Not too warm. Shelley Littleow over the ball, waiting to get us underway. Umpires confer. And the whistle goes, push back, game on. Prada Heron gets an early touch. Happy to go back to Chelsea Bates. Popoli, so crucial at the back for UWA. Such a solid player. Just deflected off Milan. Tanya Popoli comes wide again to Nelson. It's a good block by Spano. Gets a free hit for Hale. Milan to Spano. Spano will collect the loose ball now for Hale. Tries to drill it into the circle, deflected over the baseline. Long corner to Hale. Nisa Krobola over the ball. Fiona Cock dropping back into the defence today with Caitlin Templeman not around. Jessie Reed didn't quite get the connection she was hoping for there. Boltby held up and it's UWA play on quickly. Good ball infield now to Paskov. Feeding it forward into the space. Coming across is Krobola. Head of Heron. Fiona Cox self passes. Finds Madonna Blythe. Milan in space. And Milan just dinking that one onto the foot. Free hit on halfway to Hale. Good lead from Emily Chalker. Spano goes into the circle. Chalker tries to find her. Free hit though. Milan self passes. Looks for Chalker again. Chalker did well to get that under control. Still not gone out of play. Prada Heron. Kept in play that time well by Krobola. Finds Spano. Spano trying to get past Popoli. Popoli holds her up momentarily. Into the circle it goes. It's been one inside the circle. Shot on the turn from Krobola. Tries another shot. Good save initially from Andrea Reinhardt. Andrea Reinhardt, former USA under-21 player. And that one bounces harmlessly out of play. So hit down the line. Corbett battling to get it back, but committing the foul. Nelson. Just getting the pass wrong there. And take it from the wrong place, so back it comes. Madonna Blythe. To Fiona Cock. That was well cut out by Heron. And Heron, well, she's just trying to push that towards Paskov. And just delayed the pass a little bit too long. Corbett should collect for Hale now. Faced with Maddie De Silva. Reed does very well. In fact, she doesn't. It's a penalty corner. It's the first penalty corner of the match to Hale. Once again, just like to acknowledge the Varsity Bar, which is going to become the perfect pre-movie meal when you're going to the old Sizzler site and the cinemas at Inaloo. It will be opening later this year in just a couple of months' time. Chiara Fakeney goes to the baseline. Cock waits. Alongside her, Madonna Blythe. Emily Chalker doing the stopping. Comes out, just a roll. Good running by the first runner. Unfortunately, De Silva, though, taking that one full on the boot. So it will be a second penalty corner for Hale. Everyone in the same position. Chalker has to go to a forehand, goes to Madonna Blythe, flicks it low. Madonna Blythe opens the scoring for Hale. And that's just the start that they were hoping for. Just 4 minutes gone, and Madonna Blythe makes it 1-0 to the home side. Just stretching the defence at the penalty corner and arrowing it into the bottom corner. Madonna Blythe's second goal of the season. A bit of a collector's item. De Silva now. Cut out by Krobala. Good work being done there by Sherwood. Torva Sherwood gets it into the circle. Blythe again is there. Driving forward now is Nelson. Good pass into the circle for UWA. Across the face of goal. And just unfortunately on the backhand. And not able to get that one under control and get a shot away. Danger though for Hale. Prada Heron was in a good position. Ricochets away from Heron that time. Free hit just outside the 23-metre line. Nelson over the ball again. Precision pass is a good one. Madonna Blythe read it well though. So it'll be UWA ball just inside their own half. 5.5 minutes gone. It's a good deflection by Sarah Foster. Machelu. Popoli now. Left behind, it should be collected well. It was good anticipation by Gallagher. Krobala deflected up. Just ran away that time. And a mistrap at the back that time by Boltby. Put under pressure. Good work into the circle. Durst comes out and clears it as Paskov was closing in. Just trying to work out which player from Howe is wearing the number 1 shirt. Don't have that down on the team sheet. Goes back again to Shani Nelson. Popoli. Short pass is a good one. Managing to find Foster. Cut out well again by Krobala. Now Foster got it back for UWA. Madonna Blythe steals it back for Hale. Put under pressure though, and the back stick paid to Hale. It's going to break kindly for Milan. Nobody ahead of her though, so faced with having to break on her own and take on Felicity Gallagher. Milan plays it towards the circle. Popoli gets a good block, has to get there ahead of Spano. And a stick check from Mickey Spano. Smile on her face. It's good to see her out supporting the South Australian under-21s during the week. Having come through that path, Mickey Spano was, of course, part of South Australian Institute of Sport, or Sports Institute as it's called over there. Great steal by Hale. I think that might be Shanae Hayward out there. Topped into the circle. Will be collected by Fiona Cock. Cock looking for Milan. Milan into the circle she goes again. It's a good tackle right on the edge of the circle. Great work by Shani Nelson. Shani Nelson, former hockey route, plenty of experience. She won 5 Australian Hockey League titles and 7 premierships with UWA. Popoli, and that's going to go all the way through. So Madonna Blythe forced to play it wide to Cock. Up the line is Ariska Johnston, who's put under pressure immediately. Will win the free hit though. Ariska Johnston, having just come in the first team this year, still just 16 years of age, and has looked right at home since making a debut. Milan slips there. think she was looking pleadingly towards the umpire, maybe just stepped on Popoli's stick. So UWA ball. Tanya Popoli takes a touch and goes wide, and that was a little bit asking too much of Mahailu. Deflected down the line by Heron. It'll be Hale ball right in front of the UWA dugout. Misa Chrobola takes a touch, looks for Milan. And just lifted up off Milan's stick, so the danger created by her. Some would have said that could have been dangerous coming out from Mikhailu. So into the final 5 minutes of the first quarter. Madonna Blythe's goal, the difference between the two at the moment. This fixture usually averages over 4 goals a game. Just catching Chalker's foot. Emily Chalker's parents here today from New South Wales, and her brother, who was playing for New South Wales Blues in the under-21s tournament. Milan. Good ball by Chrobola, but Spano just on her heels. Hale at the moment seem to be camped inside the UWA half. Comes infield again to Reed. Reed put under pressure. Chalker. There's good work being done initially by Fakeney. It comes back to Chalker. Penalty corner, Hale. Reed put under good pressure by Kiara Fakeney. And that was the turnover Hale needed. And so now they have their third penalty corner. As Kiara Fakeney makes her way again to the baseline. Milan goes too wide on the top of the circle. Madonna Blythe alongside her. Emily Chalker stopping. And Fiona Cock waiting, leaning on her stick. Reinhardt is happy with her players behind the goal line. Good trap by Chalker. Cock drills it again. Good work by the first runner. That time was Butterworth. Milan. And it's going to be a long corner. I don't think Milan got the connection she was hoping for with that shot. Into the circle it goes. Spano now surrounded by 3 players, and they did well. Pressure paying off. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter now. Deflection again, just too far ahead. Bryony Boltby from the side for Hale. Happy to go back to Fiona Cock. Pressure being applied that time by Paskov. Fiona Cock will go to Madonna Blythe. Just had to check back as she was stepping out. That's a great pass to find Corbett. Corbett didn't quite get it on the end of her stick, and it goes harmlessly over the baseline. It's a good run, though, by Brooke Corbett. Good pass by Madonna Blythe. Nelson to Popoli. Again, Spano is there, takes it away. Into the circle she goes along the baseline. Spano looking to play it back off the pads of Reinhardt. And goes back into the foot of Spano. So good work by the goalkeeper. Hails from Yorktown in Virginia. Boltby now looking for Chalker. Little touch that time off Nelson's stick. In fact, no, it wasn't. It's been given to UWA. Fakeney gets another free hit for Hale just outside the circle as we enter the final minute of the first quarter. Hale on the attack, looking for a second goal, drilled in by Hrobala. Up it goes. Nobody trying to force the danger. Intercepted well by Boltby. It'll fall nicely again for Nicola Hrobala. Into the circle she goes, looking to pounce quickly as Spano. Back to Hrobala. Aim for the near post. Chalker got a touch. Brilliant save from Reinhardt. Would have seen that very late. And unfortunately went into her own player, so it will be a penalty corner for Hale, their fourth. So Fakeney not joining the huddle, knows what's expected. Once again, just like to thank the Bunting Group, from remote mine sites to residential homes, for building or maintenance services to meet your needs. Please contact the Bunting Group. So Cock waits again. Chalker doing the stopping. Chalker stops, pushes it slightly for Cock, and it's deflected up over the crossbar. Long corner. Madonna Blythe calling for the ball, wants to get on with things quickly before we've now got two balls on the pitch. Madonna Blythe looks to push it through a gap which closed very quickly. Hrobala has it, Boltby's behind her, tries to take on Reed. Will be another free hit, and there will be no chance for Hale to get that ball into the circle. That is the end of the first quarter. And Madonna Blythe's goal, the difference between the two teams as they head into the first break. Hale 1, UWA 0.
For the mid-afternoon naps, for the midnight marathons, for bringing the family together, for a chance to escape from the world. Danks Furniture, the comfort of home.
The UWA players listening attentively to their coach. Not sure if they'll be aware of the statistic that UWA have won the last 3 meetings between these two teams. Hale obviously looking to overturn that stat today. Last win for Hale came home game in May 2021. And Georgia Morgan scoring 3 in that match. Players now being asked to make their way back out onto the turf for the second quarter. Should just say that UWA hadn't conceded for 2 hours and 5 minutes. Their last 2 games they'd managed a clean sheet against both Curtin and Melville. Hale, though, managing to breach that defence in just the 4th minute from a penalty corner. Now there you can hear family support for Emily Chalker. And immediately, good tackle coming in from Nicola Hrobala. Just a little dink infield. Hrobala, product of the Prindiville College. Madonna Blythe, lovely little sway, takes her past Little Oak. Smile on the face of Little Oak. Sure they did that many times in training. from the side, a deflection again off the stick of Prada Heron. It's a long corner to Hale. Fiona Cock looks to drill it into the circle. Took a deflection. It's going to be a penalty corner. Not sure if it caught Heron and Nelson's stick or just Nelson's. Penalty corner number 5. So the same people involved again. Chalker waits, Cock alongside it. Fakeney to inject for Hale. It's an errant pass this time. Chalker does well, goes to Madonna Blythe wide on the left, played in, ricochets up. And just trying to work out who got the final touch. But it is a second goal for Hale from a penalty corner. I think it may well have been Sinead Hayward who got the final touch. So that'll be her second goal for Hale. And Hale again with Milan. Finding Hayward just on the edge of the circle, wins a free hit. Perfect start to the second half for the home side. Hayward again, hand was low down on the stick as she played that into the circle. Chance to turn now for Littleout. Cut out well again by Krobala. Cock now to Milan. There's good pressure applied that time by Butterworth. Comes out wide. Good shot again though. Across the face of goal and missed by Chalker. Good work at the top of the circle again by Sinead Hayward. Sinead Hayward, who came through the Hale juniors, on the ball again. This time her pass into the circle cut out. Milan gets a telling touch. Fakeney in a tight old tussle there. UWA come up with the ball. And just getting the angles wrong that time. Butterworth down the line. So UWA ball. Chelsea Bates goes back to Popoli. Nice little turn from Foster. Back to Bates, wide in space on the left-hand side. Into the shadows she goes. Good pass, looking for the run that time of Mihaelu, but just too much zip on the pass. Madonna Blythe throws it to Milan. Milan just being held up momentarily on the 23-metre line. Lisa Krobala to Blythe, and now Cock with a little bit of space on halfway. That was a great touch coming in that time from Prada Heron, and now UWA get the chance to go on the attack. Krobala comes back. Littleout now looking at options, slips it to her left to Foster. Madonna Blythe gets a deflection and good covering defence, clearing again by Krobala. So from the side, further forward, the umpire saying to Chelsea Bates. Down the line it goes. Nice turn that time from Sherwood. Although she loses possession eventually. Well cut out again. Good anticipation from Nelson. Hale get it back, and Mihaelu just acting like a barrier there. So Bates from just inside Hale's half now. Takes a touch. And cut out well. Good work by Misa Krobala. Madonna Blythe helps out. And gets the deflection over the side. Blythe looking for a run to get on with things quickly. That's a great pass over onto the left-hand side. Nicola Hrobala, though, didn't get the touch she wanted after good work into space by Bryony Boltby. It's a high press now from Hale. UWA having a play out from the back. Mihailo lets it run to Bates. Bates just scuffs her pass. Good work being done that time by Maddie Marshall. Mihailo pushes it through the middle, looking for the run that time of Jessie Reed. But once again, just too far ahead for the UWA player to get on the end of the pass. Deflected again over the side from Michaela Mihailo, who's getting through plenty of work out there at the moment. Mihailo, who came through the Northern Territory Institute of Sport. Misa Hrobala just lifting that one forward. I think Spano was hoping that her opponent might get a touch. Now again a chance for Hale to use a high press and try and steal possession. As UWA play out from the corner. Felicity Gallagher goes into the corner. Had a spell playing for the Northern Territory Pearls in the old Australian Hockey League. Felicity Gallagher. Milan misses that. Bounces kindly for Butterworth. Butterworth combines well. Good anticipation though by Milan. Gets it back for Hale. Milan had the square pass, went to Nicola Hrobala. Good tackle, Mihailo. Saw possession back with UWA, and they've got a free hit on the 23-metre line. Halfway through the second quarter, UWA trying to find a way back into this match. Hale leading by 2-0. Both goals from penalty corners. Chalker to Spano. Spano on the reverse stick. Brilliant save. In fact, it was wide. Good build-up, though, by Hale. Chalker and Spano combining well. Again, Chalker putting on the pressure, but UWA getting the ball out of defence. Mihailo. A little bit of space now. Down the line. Stepping out was good work by Arishka Johnston over the side, getting there ahead of Prada Heron. Gallagher now from the side for UWA. Well read by Hrobala again. Spano. Run through the middle, coming from Nicola Hrobala. Spano goes on her own into the circle. Being held up at the moment. Good defensive play, followed all the way by Chelsea Bates. Pushed out wide. Bates can't keep it in play, so it will be a Hale ball from the side. Played first time by Hrobala. Shot deflected to the back post, and it's gone over the goal that time. Nicola Hrobala, I think she thought, in fact, no, my apologies, it wasn't. It was Shanae Hayward looking for a second at the back post. Shanae Hayward made a debut against Curtin, scored her first goal against Wasps and a second goal today. That was cut out well by Misa Hrobala. Anticipation, though, Butterworth was good. UWA with a chance to attack now on the right-hand side. Coming out of the shadows. Ricochets up in the air. Free hit just outside the circle. Taken quickly. That's really good anticipation. Good work by Boltby. So UWA threatening, but Hale defence holding firm at the moment. Good work again by Gallagher. Mihailo. Corbett leaving a stick on the ground, but Mihailo getting past it. Milan pressuring. Comes wide now, good pass to Heron. Heron into the circle, goes to the back post. Desperate work trying to get it back in there from Lucy Hills. And it's going to be a free hit just outside the circle to UWA. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Can they get a goal before the break? Just a reminder, UWA the only team to have beaten this Hale team so far this season. Great pass to Emily Chalker. Nobody really in support. Corbett coming up through the middle now. It's played to her. And played behind Spano. And that's a shame because Hale had numbers and should really have just stretched the UWA defence, but UWA will breathe a sigh of relief. Did not want to go down 3-0 before half-time. Popoli. And just played that blind. De Silva just pushed further up the line, so the angle wrong. Fakeney now for Hale. De Silva plays it over the side. Fiona Cock now. Far well, I thought she'd found Chalker. The big question there was, did Butterworth get a touch? I think she did, so it will be Hale ball. Milan, self passes. Milan, lovely little swivel of the hips from her. Working hard, trying to get that across the circle. Spano now weaving her way through. Great save again. Reinhardt well placed. And it was good work initially by Maddie Marshall after she was released by Milan, who's on the ball now. It'll be another long corner. Marshall making plenty of movement. Madonna Blythe goes herself, plays it wide now. Good work by Misa Chrobola. But it was backstick as she tried to go on the reverse stick. So UWA again can breathe a sigh of relief after withstanding that spell of pressure. Short pass and good work again. Coming in off the side. Maddie De Silva making sure UWA kept possession. A little bit of space now for Shelley Littleow. Littleow faced with Cock. Gets the pass into the circle. And that's a great ball through. Good save from Durst, but it's going to go in. And it was Jess Butterworth who was there to push that one past Jess Durst after the initial save. And so UWA pull a goal back right at the end of this first half. A really good build-up by UWA. So there is a warning for Hale that this game is far from over. Nice turn again from Jess Reed, feeding it forward to Foster. Foster didn't get it under control. Luckily, Madonna Blythe cleaning up at the back for Hale. Working hard is Corbett, stolen back is Butterworth. Butterworth to Reed now. Reed reverse stick, the angle's wrong. And that will come to naught. So Jess Butterworth with her 5th goal of the season as Reed tries to get past Cock. Unfortunately, and a slip too from Misa Chrobola. Good skills to just take that pass to Paskoff working hard. Comes back now to Foster. Foster in a fair old tussle with Madonna Blythe, coming back at Madonna Blythe and in the end conceding the free hit. Just 15 seconds remaining in this first half. That was good work again coming from De Silva. Cox should collect that, although stolen back. Really good work being done by Sherwood, and she's not going to get the ball into the circle before the hooter. But UWA coming back strongly at the end of that second quarter. and that goal from Jess Butterworth means that we head into the half-time break. It is Hale 2, UWA 1. Well, Emily, you've retired from international hockey. Was it an easy decision to keep playing locally?
Oh yeah, that was the easy part of the retirement. I knew that I wanted to keep playing and come and play hockey socially, enjoy the game, and then enjoy a few drinks with some friends after, and I'm loving that part of the game as well.
Well, you've been loyal to Hale for a long time. Again, was it an easy decision to stick with the club?
Yeah, we've come close on many occasions, and I've always wanted to get that premiership, so I'll probably still be playing at 40 if we don't get the premiership in the next couple of years. But yeah, I love the group. We've got a great culture here, and we have fun on and off the field, and that's what I love about the club.
At least you'll get your appearances up. 50th appearance this year. How many years had it taken you?
Yeah, I think it was about 6 or 7 years to get 50 games, so very slow, but I got there.
You mentioned you've been in 3 final series, but you haven't managed to pick up the big one as yet. Do you feel that the club, though, is just millimetres away?
Yeah, I guess the competition is so strong, so it is having that experience is a bonus for us, but also competing on the day. It comes down to being consistent across the season, but on grand final day you've got to turn up and you've got to play good hockey, which we haven't done in the past. So that's something that we're working on and making sure we play consistent hockey throughout the season so we can do that on grand final day if we make it.
And that's where they can call upon all that experience you've had at international level.
I hope so.
Well, thanks again, Emily, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
For the mid-afternoon naps. For the midnight marathons. For bringing the family together. For a chance to escape from the world. For the good times and the other times. For the years of support. Danks Furniture. The comfort of home.
Both teams in a huddle at the moment, listening to their coaches. And it gives us a chance again to acknowledge our sponsors. The Bunting Group loves a challenge, and being solution orientated and client focused, they'll collaborate with you in order to achieve the best possible outcomes on your building or maintenance projects throughout Western Australia. If you have a building or maintenance project, please call the Bunting Group. They are supporting hockey, and in particular Hale Hockey Club, and so we ask that you support them. And also, of course, the Varsity Bar opening a new store at the old Sizzler site next to the cinemas in Innaloo in the coming weeks. So keep your eyes open for that, and make sure you pop in the next time you go to see a blockbuster movie. And also, our thanks again to Danks Furniture, the comfort of home. As I mentioned, UWA have won the last 3 games against Hale. They won the game earlier this season in round 2. They've put themselves in a good position to come back now at 2-1 at half-time. And also, as I mentioned, the average number of goals per game when these two meet in the last 11 meetings is 4.4. So you would think we may have some more goals in the second half. Over the last 11 games, it's been Hale have won 6, UWA have won 5. So nothing to choose between the two. Jess Durst, I'm sure, will be a little bit annoyed. She was looking to try and get another clean sheet today. 5 clean sheets in all this season, but has not managed one in the last 6 games for Hale. And then just looking at the number of goals scored, there's been 7 games this season that Hale have scored 3 or more, and there have been 8 games this season that UWA have scored 3 or more. So will we see some more goals in the second half? UWA players coming out of the shade into the sunlight. I have to say, looking fairly relaxed. And they weathered a fair few storms in that first half. And now, Hale players stroll into the sunlight, looking to protect their unbeaten record at home in 2022. Will be Hale to get the second half and the third quarter underway. Mickey Spano stands over the ball, looking to win a second premiership in a second state, or rather she won 2 over in Adelaide with Adelaide University. Hoping she can be the X factor as Hale look for their first ever premiership. UWA, of course, they've got a big celebration coming up in 2024, centenary of the club. Hale go on the attack again. Good run down the outside, find a foot just inside the circle. Penalty corner, number 6 for Hale. So far none for UWA. And this time they need to make sure it's a good execution. Fakeney again makes her way to the baseline. Fiona Cock waits at the top of the circle. This time it's Mickey Spano doing the stopping. Madonna Blythe to the left. Good trap. Cock moves to the right-hand side, drills it, looking for the deflection, came back to Milan. Just catching a foot of a Hale player. Good defence, though, from UWA. Again, not many options. A high press coming from Hale, making it difficult. Poley trying to play it up the side. Off the foot it goes of Horobala. And the advantage being played. Ariska Johnson having a sprint back, being chased is Prada Heron. Durst, good save off a line. It's still with UWA, top of the circle. Just left the ball behind for a moment with Shelley Littleoak. Milan comes up with it now for Hale, and they've got the chance of a counter-attack. Corbett, full stretch, gets it on the end of her stick. Held up, good tackle from Maddie De Silva. Just broke up the attack. De Silva, it was played in quickly by Hale. By Brooke Corbett. And we've got an injury behind play. Fiona Cock is down. And just being helped off the field of play. And that doesn't look too good. Maybe just rolled her ankle. Certainly trying to take the weight off that. Hopefully it's nothing more serious. Hale are without some key players already today. The last thing they need is to lose a player of Fiona Cock's experience. And the first Hale players to play over 100 Premier League games for Hale. Made her debut back in 2014. And let's hope that's not anything serious. Hrobala. It was good defensive play again. Comes out this time to Heron. Couldn't keep it in play though, so Madonna Blythe makes her way forward for Hale. Takes a touch. Down to Chalker. Chalker swivels. Into the circle it goes. Spano didn't get it under control first time. And now UWA pounce. And Madonna Blythe just pushes that one over the sideline. Sarah Foster again involved with plenty for UWA. De Silva goes back into the baseline, defensive line. And a good transfer by UWA, but unfortunately couldn't keep it in play. Just flicked to the air. De Silva, faced with Milan, gets the free hit for UWA. Self passes. Good pass finding Heron. Heron gets the better of Rishka Johnston. Heron into the circle, and it's a wild swing. And Hale can breathe easy this time, because it certainly appears as if UWA have got their tails up with that goal now. Misa Hrobala put under pressure. And it's UWA come up with it again. Foster in the midfield. Gallagher almost cut out. Good work again from Butterworth. Butterworth determined as ever. Forced wide by Madonna Blythe, and a telling touch from the Hale player coach. Gallagher, though, on 23 metres, goes back into the defensive line, played forward by Nelson. Foster helps it wide. Milan read it, and it's picked up now by Spano. Milan making a good run into that space, but a little bit too far ahead of her. And Popoli lets it run out of play. Tanya Popoli, well over 200 games for UWA. Such a key player for them at the back. Good pass again through the gap, stolen momentarily, but won back again by UWA. Comes wide now to Gallagher. Gallagher, really good pass to pick out Sherwood. Sherwood looks to attack the defence, and that's a brilliant pass. Durst comes out. Jess Reed gets hooked up, and a penalty stroke has been awarded. The sticks getting hooked up. So Durst is now going to have to make the save as Shani Nelson makes her way forward. Nelson has 3 goals so far this season. Whether it was deliberate or not, impeded the player making their way towards goal. So Little Oak versus Durst. And puts it in the bottom corner, and UWA are level. So UWA back on level terms. And a real test now for Hale. Good turn again from Jess Reed. Spano comes back trying to get it back for Hale. Milan, lovely turn by the South African. Drilled into the circle. It was going to break kindly for Chalker, and it just bobbled at the wrong moment for her. So Lene Milan has the skills to turn a game in a moment. It was almost a very good pass, but it's going to be a free hit. And again, a gap at the back. 2 UWA players. Shot goes wide on the reverse stick from Torva Sherwood. And Torva Sherwood, again hailing from South Africa, originally from St. Francis Bay in the Eastern Cape. Had to be a free hit there. Mahailu almost using Maddie Marshall as a climbing frame. Misa Hrobala. And interestingly, how since Fiona Cox gone off injured, there's just been those 2 attacks where Hale have been caught. Corbett battling hard. Maddie Marshall collects for Hale. Spano now, top of the circle, looks to push it to Milan. Just a touch came off Reed stick into the foot of Milan. Reed making herself available. Popoli now. Comes up off Corbett's stick, gives Madonna Blythe a bit of a problem. And this time it's an illegal bump from Turva Sherwood. or even Torva Sherwood. Boltby now. Down the line, it was narrow, but Chalker kept it in play. Spano, though, won't be able to get on the end of that one. Halfway through the third quarter. All level at 2 apiece. Forced back was Sarah Foster. Nice turn on the left-hand side from Nelson. Looking for Mahelu. Milan penalised. Mahelu plays on quickly. And not surprisingly, Hale in no hurry to give them the ball. Michaela Mahelu gets on with it quickly, drills it forward, and that'll go harmlessly out of play. Madonna Blythe goes to the air. Milan a little skip to get it under the control. Milan still going forward, gets the free hit off Mahailu. Madonna Blythe. Misa Hrobala. Nice turn from Boltby. Chased though all the way by Butterworth. And Butterworth's pressure paying dividends for UWA. Playing it out of defence well. Lidlow using that experience. And another nice touch from Paskov. But it's going to be Madonna Blythe's free hit. Plays it into the desperate Butterworth. Putting a body on the line. And that's straight into the shin pads. And played away. So penalty corner. Don't think there can be too many complaints about that one, to be honest. So Hale now, with just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter, get their 7th penalty corner of the match. Have scored from 2. Can they make it a third? Fiona Koch is no longer on the field of play, so Madonna Blythe stepping up, deep in conversation with Emily Chalker. Milan to the left-hand side. Will they use her? Trapped by Chalker, drilled by Blythe, ricochets up in the air, and so it will be another penalty corner to Hale. Out it comes. Chalker has to move. Slip to Milan. Milan drills it. Comes back across the face of goal. And that was really good defence in the end from Nelson. Although there's another penalty corner being awarded. I think it may have been. Oh, no, it's a long corner. I saw the 2 umpires conferring. Good to see them on the same wavelength. Misa Hrobala. That's a difficult one. Oh, Chalker again in a good position, wins another long corner. Mishit by Hrobala into the circle. Often they're the hardest to defend. It doesn't come through as true as you're expecting. Played in by Fakeney, deflected towards goal. Good work again by Andrea Reinhardt. Managed to change direction really quickly. Chalker. Just over 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Hale looking to try and get back the lead. Paskov had the block. Madonna Blythe plays it through. Cut out again well by Popoli. Paskov pushes it forward though. Hrobala will pick it up. Comes out now to Boltby for Hale. Driving through the middle. Boltby goes wide to Corbett. Corbett put under immense pressure. And Corbett eventually winning the free hit. Maddie Marshall comes across to take it for Hale, former Perth College student. Chrobala, and it's deflected. That's a really good intercept again by Lidlow. It's a little bit too obvious, and Lidlow, with all those years of experience, having won a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games back in 2010 in Delhi. Shelley Lidlow read it well. Chrobala cut it out this time, manages to turn away from trouble. Fakeney goes back to Madonna Blythe, and now Bryony Boltby helps it forward to Nicola Chrobala. Block comes in, it will be Hale ball. 3 minutes left in this quarter. Deflected all the way through, trying to get the turn, top of the circle, but it just came up into the body, unfortunately, for Shanae Hayward. Again, Hale with a high press. Able to turn in the midfield. You could hear a pin drop. Comes wide now to Shani Nelson. Looking at options as she comes forward. Good pass, infield of Butterworth. Butterworth goes wide, but it's good stepping out of the back by Arishka Johnston. And her pass down the line was cut out as well. And now there's a chance for Lidlow to mount something. Stepping out was Boltby, but it's been won well inside the circle. Comes back to Lidlow. Sherwood again, who did good work. Lidlow with a windy. Cut out well now. Boltby takes it out of the circle, drills it forward for Hale. It will be possession back with UWA with just over 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Can either side take the lead before the final break? Popoli to Nelson. And again, free in the midfield. It's good work again from Prada Heron. Jess Reed full of running once more. Lifts that one forward and Madonna Blythe lets it run. And there's a ball coming on now from the side. Jess Durst, I would be leaving that if I were you. She's kicked it over the side now. Jogging back into a goal. Boltby. Milan. But can't keep it in play. We're into the final minute now of the third quarter. Heading for a grandstand finish in this one. Butterworth, it just came up into her body. Madonna Blythe wants to get on with things quickly. Into the final minute of the third quarter. Madonna Blythe goes to the air. Milan again brings it down, keeps it in play this time. Good run through the middle from Chrobala, but Milan fires it into the circle. Chrobala's there. And good defence again from UWA. Gallagher doing really well under pressure. UWA showing that they definitely want a place in the finals in 2022. Winning a free hit as the clock will count down, and that may well be the last play of this quarter. As the players make their way over to the sideline, generous round of applause and a good comeback from UWA, the visitors. Shelley Lidlow's penalty stroke drawing them level as we go into the final break. It's Hale 2, UWA 2.
For the mid-afternoon naps, for the midnight marathons, for bringing the family together, for a chance to escape from the world. Danks Furniture, the comfort of home.
A very good third quarter from UWA, and I think I said Shelley Lidlow got the penalty stroke. It was, of course, Shani Nelson. My apologies for that. So the shadows stretching across the pitch. Both teams level at 2 apiece. Both of them have only drawn 1 game so far this season. But Hale will want the victory just as much as UWA as we head into this final quarter. Players that scored the most goals in this fixture in recent times have been Caitlin Paskoff and Shani Nelson. Nelson keeping up her tally. And for Hale, well, Tyler Pedley's not here, Georgia Morgan's not here, but Emily Chalker is. She's had 3 in recent times in the games against UWA. And they could really do with a goal from Emily Chalker today. So this time it is Hale who are the first out of the shadows. And maybe that just shows their purpose as we head into the final 15 minutes.
Into Chalker!
Emily Chalker again gets a personal cheer from her brother. Brought down by Krobela. Good defence again. Butterworth has been supreme today. Sarah Foster from the side. Back to Foster. Just a little dink down the side. It was well read. And yeah, had to be a stick check that time. Madonna Blythe comes forward. Nicola Krobela made a run infield. Spano didn't get it under control, so UWA come forward. And misdirected that time, so Hale again from the side. And that came off the heel of Paskoff. So Madonna Blythe again. Plenty of movement. Milan made a good run into the circle. If Madonna Blythe can find her. Michaelu is there with Linnae Milan. And Fiona Koch is back out there. That's good to see. And deflected, unfortunately, off Spano's stick. So 16 for UWA. And that will make a big difference having Fiona Koch out there, although she is a little bit ginger on that left ankle. And hopefully isn't going to do more damage to it. Jess Reed goes out wide. It's a good pass. Another good run from Lidlow in the middle. Mariska Johnston will let that one run. Paskoff gave up the chase. Who is going to manage to steal this one? Given away, and a chance for UWA. Paskoff driving into the circle. Up in the air it goes, but it's going to be a Hale free hit. Madonna Blythe again goes wide to Milan. Milan thwarted by Mihaelu. Takes a tumble as well as she goes over the side of the pitch. Sportingly, Mihaelu picks up her stick for her. Great to see. Koch now closed down by Lidlow, but got the pass to Blythe. Blythe has Johnston to her left. She's given it away. There's a chance now for Paskoff. Blythe recovers well. Paskoff being forced wide. Paskoff being forced almost to the corner. Madonna Blythe gets a touch and then gets the free hit. Well, that's the experience of 342 international games for Madonna Blythe. Spano in a race with Butterworth. Spano still has possession. Butterworth still snapping at her heels. And eventually the free hit goes the way of Mickey Spano. Butterworth very disciplined. Not a single show of emotion. Krobela, well, Got a touch from Milan. Good work by Jess Reed. Looking to stretch it again, Papoli. Down the line it goes to Foster. Foster to Heron. Heron helping it forward, and it just fell behind Lucy Hills. Lucy Hills, who part of the WA Under-18s trials. Apparently has a really good work ethic. That's what's got her in the team. Cock deflects that one away. And no matter how hard Boltby runs, she's not going to keep it in play. So Little will have the ball from the side for UWA. Cracks it to the edge of the circle. Cock just parries it away. First timed into the circle. Durst eventually just parries that one away. Long corner UWA. Nelson over the ball. Papoli comes wide. Foster can't get the ball in the circle. Fights back though, gets it back for UWA. Strong tackle top of the circle, too strong. Mihailou, and pushed it ahead of Foster, but too far. Hale fans can breathe a sigh of relief. 10 minutes left in this match, all tied up at 2 apiece. First playing third on the league table. Hale not lost at home all season. Both teams weakened with international players away and also under 21 players playing in the national championships and at the Perth Hockey Stadium. And if you're thinking of heading down there, semi-finals day tomorrow. Lovely turn that time from Sherwood. Torva Sherwood has stepped up today. Spano now looks to drill it forward. It's good work by Marshall to crobble up, played into the circle. Good defence right at the top of the D. Foster can't keep that in play. So in the shadows, Crobble up, comes in from the left-hand side, deflected up. Corbett goes into that space, creates the danger, forces the free hit. Chalker plays on quickly, feeds it into the circle. Great awareness again. And unfortunately, Spano committing the foul this time, and Hale's attack is snuffed out. Milan comes on for Hale. Stepping out well was Ariska Johnston, bumped off the ball by Butterworth. And still driving forward, Butterworth. Great tackle though in the end from Ariska Johnston, but it's still with Hale and Paskoff. Paskoff feeds it through the middle. Durst stays on a goal line and read it well. It's a really good determined run from Lucy Hills to try and get on the end of that, making a debut today. Cock out wide. Down the side it goes. And now a chance for Hale to just press. We're almost halfway through the final quarter. Will we see a winner? Jessie Reed plays it wide. Butterworth, but Milan collects for Hale. Chased all the way by Heron. Wasn't Butterworth, it was Gallagher with the pass. Top of the circle, looking to pounce, and well, did Butterworth dive in? Yes. And so a penalty corner. Cannot go to ground and make a tackle. So the 9th penalty corner of the match for Hale. Cock hobbles forward this time. Will she be a decoy or will they use it? Just holding her left foot up. No doubt telling Chalker, you need to put it on a plate for me this time. Milan injecting this time around for Hale. A little bit more pace. Slip to Blythe, and Blythe got underneath that one. In fact, it came off the runner. It was again Jess Butterworth doing good work coming out of goal. Deflected it up over the bar. Madonna Blythe with the long corner, having to shield her eyes from the sun. Took a touch. Comes wide to Boltby now. Boltby's played that into space, and that's asking just too much. Willing run from Nicola Hrobela, but just too much on the pass. Hale maybe just pushing those passes a little bit harder out of desperation. And just thrown out of play. So Boltby now from the side for Hale. Milan's in space. Comes to Milan. Heron comes to close her down. Milan slips inside. Changes back direction when she was faced with Shani Nelson. Heron now forcing Milan away. She turns well again. Nelson's ahead of her. Milan into the circle, and over the baseline it goes off Popoli. Madonna Blythe takes a touch, plays it square now. Misa Hrobela on the reverse stick, gets it to the top of the circle. Looked like a little bit of a push there from Mihailou. Mihailou looks at the umpire as if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. Hrobela, and that's too narrow. Approaching the final 5 minutes of this match. Still tied up at 2 apiece. Can either side find a winner? Deflected away that time by Marshall. It'll be UWA ball just on halfway. Popoli. Gallagher's dropped back to give her an option. Short pass is a good one to Foster. Foster into Milan's foot. Now goes infield. Just a little bit too much on that pass though. Cock laboured on that foot. Does well to find Boltby. Given away to Prada Heron, and unfortunately played it onto the foot of Paskov. So Madonna Blythe eats up a few seconds. And that was brought down brilliantly. Great work by Prada Heron. Prada Heron, who was attending Queen's College in Melbourne. Returned to UWA. Cock hobbles forward hurriedly. Hrobela gets the free hit just inside UWA's half. Just under 4 minutes left. Madonna Blythe watches it onto her stick. She has Boltby wide, sways away. That was brilliant past Paskov. Good defence again, top of the circle from UWA. Heron gets the ball, closed down by Spano. Heron stays calm. And Spano took her feet. In fact, it's Hale ball. Spano receives it from Milan, flicks it into the circle, jumping out. Chalker loses her stick. Hale get it back in there, but free hit goes the way of UWA. Butterworth again. A good tackle from Madonna Blythe. Jessie Reed goes to the air. It's a good pass, managing to pick out Sherwood. Good position for UWA with just over 2.5 minutes remaining. Jessie Reed from the side. Self passes, looks to go towards the circle, finds Milan's foot, plays on, needs to go 5 meters. That never went 5 meters. It's a simple bit of a rush of adrenaline. Sees Hale back with the ball with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. Madonna Blythe looking for some movement up front. There's not a great deal. Has to go wide to Koch, who gingerly edges forward and pushes it over the side. She was looking to try and play that to Misa Chrobola. Gives UWA back possession. They get a chance to go on the attack again. Working hard is Koch. Mikhailu Chalker coming back. Now it's Nicola Chrobola. A bit of a mix-up. Didn't get it first time. Pushes it wide now to Milan. Milan, that catches the foot, so it'll be a Hale free hit. Milan just take it from the wrong spot. Eats up valuable seconds. Madonna Blythe, 2 players closing her down. Plays it a bolt beat. And it was off the stick of Milan. Jessie Reed now gets the better of Chalker. Madonna Blythe cleans up, and it's Chalker, keeps it in play. Plays it forward. It's a good pass forward. Slipping, though, in the circle. And it's UWA come out with the Milan looks to pounce from the ricochet. Milan does get the ball, but it caught her foot. Jessie Reed appealing. We're into the final minute here. UWA having fought back from 2-0 down, desperate for the win, but Milan intercepts. Well, Mikhailu, it's Fakeney who's penalised. The Hale fans can't believe it. Mikhailu never stopped that one. Madonna Blythe steps out and blocks it. Up in the air it goes. Mikhailu again just plays on with a moving ball, and the umpires let it run. Milan looks to drill that one forward. It's ricocheted. Long corner. Madonna Blythe running forward. 21 seconds remaining. Madonna Blythe over the ball. Plenty of eager movement. Milan, can she force a penalty corner? Milan instead goes towards goal. It ricochets back to Spano. Spano takes a tumble. And it is UWA that are going to get the chance to clear the ball. In fact, they won't need to because the siren will beat them. And it's been a spirited performance by both teams. A great battle between 2 teams sitting towards the top of the table. Hale remain undefeated at home, but UWA made them work very hard for that point. Final score here, Hale 2, UWA 2.
For the mid-afternoon naps, for the midnight marathons, for bringing the family together, for a chance to escape from the world. Danks Furniture, the comfort of home.